Hello YouTube. Just wanted to show you what's currently going on. I know you can't see much, but that whole side right there used to have branches from Walter's tree over here. See what got cut off here along the fence line? So it used to all extend all the way out to that area right there. So that whole area got removed right there, and what we did was, see the dog here watching me. He was barking at me earlier, but I gave him this stare. See how he's going away because he knows I'm looking at him. But I want to make sure he knows who's the boss here, so he doesn't try to attack me. But he's not the mean one. There's a little white one with brown spots that's really mean. That one tried to act mean, but when you give him the look, he backs down. But anyhow, this is all the stuff I managed to cut just from that neighbor's yard. And there's two other neighbors I have to hop over the fence to try to deal with. So I'll try to deal with that over this next week, because I'll be working really early in the morning till about, get home at about 2:30. And that should give me a couple hours to work some more on the trees. We've got about 3 weeks, 3 or 4 or 5 weeks before Walter comes back. But really about 3 weeks before I'm planning on moving out of Walter's house. So all this here will need to be cut into little pieces. And I'm gonna, the poor little lizard there he's saying farewell to his house. But I'm gonna haul all this stuff off to the curbside and see if the city won't haul it off. Meanwhile, I know some of you laugh at me about the tree trying to come back to life, but it does. This is how fast stuff grows here. See all these? These are all new growth. All of this green here you see is new growth. All of this. Look how fast it came up. This sprouted and grew this much, about 2 feet, 2.5 feet worth of branches and stuff already. All the way up along that whole branch right there. This probably happened in the course of about a week and a half to 2 weeks. That's how fast it grew. Because the episodes where you saw me trimming all the stuff and climbing up here, if you watch those, you will see this area was clear. And now it's all green again, because that's how fast the stuff grows. So that's why I talk about trying to kill it from the root side here. Because as long as, if I keep cutting, even if I leave it like this, you come back here in about 6 months, there's a whole nother tree here kind of growing sideways now. Because all the branches are growing up, not down. So the tree would be sideways, like a L-shaped, weird Z-shaped tree, That's what would happen. These branches would actually grow very high, very fast. Look at them. It's already grown about 1.5 feet, 2.5 feet, 2 feet in just a few days or a few weeks. And it's grown all the way out there to the edge where I cut. So my next plan after removing all these pieces here, which I'm going to be doing right now, is to go ahead and start trying to kill these major branches. We do have this big branch that goes out to the other neighbor, but other than that, I think most of them that extend to the neighbor's yards. This particular neighbor here has been cleared already, which is the big one, with their 3, 4, 5 dogs. And thankfully they did keep them inside the house as they told me they would, so I didn't get mauled while I was over there. But I do have to cut this big one, which I probably will have to do with the chainsaw. But if I make it too big, it's going to be too heavy. So a lot of danger in cutting something that big, but I'm getting a little bit better with the chainsaw each day. Some of you keep saying, why do I shut it off? I don't. I think that chainsaw is either defective or by design shuts off when you release the trigger. Like when you press the throttle, it spins, but as soon as you let go, the motor shuts off. It doesn't go into idle mode for some reason. I would think it would go into idle mode, but it doesn't. As soon as you release the throttle, it shuts off, which is why you keep seeing me constantly pulling it to start it up. Because once I cut through, the only way to keep it going is to hold down the throttle, which I don't want to keep holding down the throttle when I'm looking around to see what I'm going to do next. But this is where we're at. I have approximately 3 weeks before Walter gets back here to try to get all of this removed, or as much of it as I can. I'm pretty sure I can remove this part right here, which goes up to the fence line, so at the very least he can put up his fence again and try to get some piece here in his house, his yard when he comes back. This stuff here will have, will all be removed But look at that. It just sprouted and just came right up in about a week and a half or 2 weeks. That's crazy. It's growing like 1.5 feet per week. That's how fast this is coming out. And look at this one. I had, see where I had cut the old branches? And look, new one just sprouted right up. So this tree definitely is fighting to stay alive. And that's why it's critical to try to cut. I don't think I can do the ones that are underground. There's like a whole bunch that are under here. I can't even see up under there, but those I can't get to. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I do know that if I cut, as Tom and several others suggested, little wedges, like maybe cut like a V and keep cutting like a V, eventually I can, but see how thick it is? It's way thicker than the saw. I won't be able to get all the way through, but if I can get most of it here, then the only part that would sprout is right here. But the plan is to try to remove the whole thing, but I don't even know how I'm going to do it because this part is just so thick. It really needs a crane or something to come and lift it out of here. But we'll do what we can, just piece by piece, one by one. Surely it'll get done. I think I'm going to go ahead and, I was going to use a chainsaw over here to cut this, but I think I'm going to use the electric chainsaw, the electric trimmer, because while I'm out here, I might as well try to hit those, these new sprouts that popped up. So that's going to be the plan. Alright, here we are, all set up, ready to cut. Essentially, I'm just going to cut those into little sections and, you know, so they can easily be hauled off. Thank goodness for this portable trimmer here, this electric. Haul it off this way. And get rid of it, you know, when I get a chance to hop over the other side and take it out the street. Tighten this enough. All right. Bearable. decent size chunks here from the other day. Piece by piece, right? One by one. To cut some of these branches that are in the way here. Some of these branches were a lot bigger than I remembered cutting them. I think I'm going to go ahead and clear some of the tree branches from the tree here. It's blocking my, I can see that. The tree there is blocking me, and I'm whacking it with my head as I walk through. well get this too, the upper part here. We have enough clear here that we can actually get some work done now without getting whacked. Camera back so you can see what I'm doing here. All right. Chain fell apart, so let me go ahead and repair that. The chain fell off. All right, thankfully I didn't have too much hassle getting the chain back on. You know, what's interesting is before all this, I didn't even know how to work any of this equipment. I didn't know how to work an electric trimmer or a chainsaw. I still think I have some ways to go to become more proficient with it, but as Charles says, you know, you can learn a lot just by doing. Although he recommends watching YouTube videos or something with instructions before I start. So sequence is everything. Why aren't we working? Okay, we're on. We're working. All right. Piece by piece, one by one. Some pieces are bigger than others. That one. Slowly but surely. Alright. Just wanted to remind those of you who are thinking that all this process is taking really slow. It's actually not not that slow, even though it's taken like, what, almost a year since I've been here, since I started on it. And the reason is I haven't been working full-time on it. So as far as time-wise, I think the whole thing is taking me maybe about 2.5, 3 weeks. Well, I haven't finished yet, but based on my calculations, I think it would take about 2 or 3 weeks to actually for one person to try to remove that tree with nothing but tools that you saw me use, which is the electric chainsaw and the hand saw, and pretty much one person working on it after work, you know, after getting home from doing a job and spending a couple hours, 2 to 4 to 6 hours each day. I know that you watch the episodes and it looks like it's taking forever, but like I said, YouTube and real time are two separate things. I'm going to go ahead and end this video now rather than just have you watch an hour and a half of me doing nothing but hauling trees. And I'll finish hauling the rest of this off to the curb and then resume filming when I actually am doing something different. But otherwise, you'll be watching 10 hours of me just hauling stuff. Until next time, everyone, I want to thank you for tuning in, and appreciate all of you who gave me some suggestions on how to be safer, how to run things, how to do things, because obviously I have no clue what I'm doing. Until next time, everyone, have a great day.